Oh, I love that sound. I
Same.
love that sound. That's the sound of a new episode,
Yes,
Cindy.
it is. I'm so excited to be here again.
I'm Paige.
And I'm Cindy.
And this is Mom's the Word.
Where mom knows best.
Or at least she is trying her best.
And today we're very excited because we have a very special guest.
A special friend of mine that I'm very excited to have join us. As you guys probably know her, this is at TikTok Mama 7. But as I know her, this is Mama.
Mama is in the house today.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, so you guys knew each other a little bit before this, right?
A little bit, yeah. So we met through TikTok probably about 3 years ago, nearly 4.
Yes.
2020 is, I mean, it seems like it was yesterday,
Yes.
but it's nearly 4 years ago now. And then got to do some very cool experiences together. Actually, we danced with Paula Abdul
That's so
together.
cool.
Man, that was a good time.
That was the coolest experience ever. Not to get sidetracked from the very jump here, but they called me randomly. Keep in mind, I had just split my toe open, like from one side to the other. I had stitches, y'all. And they were like, we need somebody who can dance. Can you learn to dance in 30 minutes? And I said, well, yeah, what's up? And they're like, Paula Abdul needs a backup dancer.
Like, I'm there.
I've never run so fast. I called Mama and I said, Mama, they need one more. Are you? Because she said, friend, I was getting my hair done, but I'm on the way. And she jumped up out of the hairstylist chair and we learned to dance from
That's
Paula
right.
Abdul and got to perform it next to her. And now we both have her number in our phone.
That's right.
How cool are we?
I flash that when I need to.
I love that. Paula, what's up?
Well, I've known you, but Cindy's not known you. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many listeners who don't know you.
Yeah.
So will you give a little backstory of who you are, who you're married to, what your life is like?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'd love to. So, yes, I've been married 28 years this month.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Together 29, but married 28. And when I met my husband, he had 2 kids, and he had custody of those kids. He had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
It's not common in
No,
the
it's
state
not.
of Texas.
Especially
It's not
in Texas,
for a dad.
it's not. Yes. And I also had a 4-year-old daughter. So we decided to get married, and we had our baby girl. So we had his, mine, and ours. And baby girl is now 24 years old.
Amazing.
And so I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother to 6.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My kids are far. My grandkids are far. I don't get to grandparent as often as I long to,
Yeah.
but when we're together, those times are really, really special.
Right.
So baby girl has not had, she lives in the Woodlands. She lives very close to me.
So you're in Houston.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm in Houston. And so when she has babies, my life will be over.
Way different. Yeah.
It
Could just
will
be a grandma from then on.
Oh, man. So right now I'm just, living life. And
Yeah.
Enjoying it.
That's why I
doing
was excited to
social
have you
media.
here because like you're in such a different season of life
Yeah.
than we are, but you were also in the motherhood trenches with us.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to like have you, someone with such experience now with so many children on our podcast. Really fun.
Yes, thank you. In the trenches, that's
That's where we're at.
I refer to it, y'all are in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Yes. We like to say like the motherhood is really the hood because we're worn out.
That's
we're
right.
tired.
But friend, I promise you, and I can tell you this, looking back on it, it's such a blessing. Like that time is, I know you're in the thick of it and you're in the trenches, but it is the best. I promise you. My husband and I are empty nesters now,
Yeah.
and those little feet aren't pitter pattering through the house.
No more
it's just-
messes.
no more. My house stays immaculate, and then we get to run around in our chonies.
Yeah.
Right? But,
Yeah.
but still, that is the best time. When I look at that time in my life, I raised kids. My husband, like I told you, he had custody of his children, and I raised kids that didn't belong to me.
Yeah.
Like I had them full time. They were 2 and 4 when I got them. They lived with us and went to college from our home, and
There was
yeah.
no co-parenting relationship
Yes,
there?
yes,
There
but it was weekends.
Okay.
Or, when every other
primary
weekend.
custody was with you.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. She had visitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been an empty nester?
Let's see. Baby girl's 24. She moved out when she was 21.
So about 3 years now.
Mhm. She stayed at home and went to college, a community college there in Houston. And then when she met her beau, they got married and she moved out. Yeah. So about 3 years. Okay.
That's wild. So,
Yeah, she was gone when I started TikTok.
oh really? So
Yeah.
you started
So,
after?
I started, March of 2020, I started TikTok. And I recently resigned as a dance teacher. My husband's like, you are going, like, I don't even see you.
Yeah.
You know?
I knew that you were a dance teacher, but
I
don't know
did
if
not.
Cindy
So that's
did.
what you've done your whole life?
Yes. Well, I stayed at home with the kids.
Uh-huh.
You know, we sacrificed. It was important for me to stay home. And, you know, we went through some hard times making that happen. But looking back, I'm so thankful for that.
Dance
You know what I
teachers
mean?
don't make a lot either.
Oh, no,
though.
no.
They certainly don't.
No. So I went back when my baby girl was in high school. So I've only been like teaching 8 or 9 years. So I just resigned and I did my recitals in May of this year. I did not go back in September.
What
Oh my
type? What styles
gosh.
of dance did you teach?
Ballet, tap, creative movement, jazz, hip
Oh my
hop, and a
goodness.
little bit of acrobatics.
And so that's
Wow.
probably why you like dancing on TikTok.
I
so
know.
much.
You're so good at it, too.
Oh, thank you, friend. But my husband, he just saw me just going, like, he's like, I'm really not
Trying to
getting-
do it all.
And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not getting enough of you.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that he was able to communicate that to me. So I made a decision, and
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So, you know, you guys got together, y'all were younger, of course. And I feel like while we're young with our husbands, things
Yeah.
are rough with littles.
absolutely.
And so did y'all go through that? And then now it's different as empty nesters. Like,
How does it feel?
is. It's almost like we did so well in the chaos. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, I have to say this just because it just popped in. My husband was so good. It's not always easy raising stepchildren, children that, and it was different with us. I know it's what I really want blended families to know is that me coming into it, my job wasn't to take their mother's place. My job was to love their father.
Yeah.
But we had a little bit of a different situation. I raised those children
yeah.
more than their mom did. So I kind of had to take on a role that I had to be that mom for them. I had
Yeah.
to go to those things because their mom couldn't or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what was my question?
we do this too.
All
Don't
the
worry.
time.
This is all of our brains
I
are
went
like
off
this.
on a
This is what mom brain is like. And
literally.
if you
This
would
is
like a
untreated
prime
ADD.
ADHD.
ADHD.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the H. It's there, too.
No, so we were wondering, so like, now that you're an empty nester, has your relationship changed with your husband? Now that you're not having all the littles and the chaos.
Yes. It's more romantic.
Oh,
I'm
Do you know
sure.
what I mean? Like, we don't have to schedule
yeah.
that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
That time,
Because
do
it
you
is
know what I
very
mean?
scheduled right
Yes,
now.
it is.
And
It's
it
like
has to be,
you've got
right?
5 minutes if you're
Yeah.
lucky.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. So that has changed, and that's nice. You know, baby
Yeah.
girl's gone. Like I said, she's been gone for 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's nice. We can run around in our whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's nice.
So during your relationship through the whole time, I'm sorry, Paige, if I cut you off. Did you guys still like continue date nights? Like that was so important because I hear that like in the mix of it, it's hard to prioritize those times. But when they're all gone, that's all you got.
yeah.
Honey, yes. We did not have time for that when we were raising the children. We did not have time to date each other. It was hard. It was really hard. And I'm so thankful we made it through that time.
You do your best.
Yes. Yes. You know, but oh my gosh, I adore my mother-in-law because of what a man she raised for me.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
He loves me more than he loves himself. He loves his children more than he loves himself. He loves my children that are not his children. You know what I mean? All he cares about is that I'm happy and I'm taken care of. And that his motives have been clear from the beginning. This man damn near walks on water.
He sounds amazing.
If he can do anything to make my life better,
He will. Supportive partner. It's so
I
important.
could
love
not
that.
do the shit show that I call life if I didn't have his support.
That's right.
Especially on social media. It's
Yeah.
so hard. Like
It is.
I'm like, in the beginning, I'm like, Lovey, don't read the comments.
Yes.
I have to do the same thing to
Live
my family. Don't
same
read it.
curse. Yep. Yep.
Don't.
Because it upsets the people that love you. Because they want to
Absolutely.
defend you. But there is just
Absolutely.
no defending yourself against people who are dedicated to misunderstanding you.
No, absolutely not.
That's it right there. That's exactly it.
And we can take it a little bit harder than they can because they're like, well, someone's picking on someone that I love.
Yeah.
And they're like, let me go ahead and stand for you. But I'm like, you can't do it. You can't. You're not going to win against people who just are in it just to hurt you. Just to
Yeah,
hurtful
genuinely.
things.
I call them keyboard gangsters.
Because they wouldn't say it to your face.
Well, and that's the thing. I've never met a hater.
No,
I haven't
I've never
either.
met a hater.
I met a lot of people that just, appreciate me and appreciate what I do and make them laugh or whatever, but never met a hater.
You know what I've said about the haters that I have is that they would recognize me in a room before the people that love me. And that's pretty funny to me.
Yeah.
You would know exactly
That's
who
the
I
truth.
was if I walked in, but I've had people standing next to me, and then I'll start talking, and they'll be like, "Oh, I follow you," and and that's always a fun interaction for them to be like, "Wait, I know who you are," but you as a hater are so dedicated to hating me. You know exactly what I look like, and you would see me the second I walked in,
That's
and it would
right.
upset you.
So are you really a hater or are you a fan?
My biggest fan.
Right.
You check my page more than my mama, okay? More than my own husband. Like at that point, you know everything about me, and that's obsession.
It
It's
is.
Mariah Carey level. Why are you so obsessed with me?
Yeah.
But we keep showing up because we can't let that affect us at all.
No, and it does
right.
suck that it comes with being a creator. That like you have to just be like, oh well, the hate's gonna come. That's just the way that it is.
I know.
It's like why? Why does it have to be like that? Because
Yeah.
we just decided that because. I wouldn't let anybody talk to me like that in my real life, let alone somebody I don't even know.
Yeah.
I really want to be an example and not respond to
That's
it.
right.
But I don't think people realize how many thousands of comments you let go before you choose that one.
Exactly.
And I snap, crackle, and pop. You know what I mean?
And sometimes
Yeah.
you just got to do it one time.
Oh, but my people love it when I do it. And I'm like, this is not the side of myself I want to show,
But it's also, I think, important to show our younger generations, like, there's only so much shit I'm putting up with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
There
thing.
does come a time where, like, I've had this conversation before with my teenage son. He was getting picked on at school. Some kid behind him kept tapping him in class, pulling his hair, doing all sorts of stuff, and he was sitting behind him. And I said to him, tell him to stop. And if you don't, tell him to stop. So he turned around one day and said, hey, man, I'm trying to pay attention. Back off. And the guy kept pulling on his hair, kept tapping on him. And so my son turned around and smacked him. And he was not in trouble. I was like, you told him to stop touching you over and over and over again. For weeks, for months this went on, and my child just would allow it. He's like, oh, he's just being funny, he's just being this. And then one day he had just had enough during class. I guess it was just the circumstance of how his day had gone. He couldn't find his socks, he couldn't do this. There's a lot of things piling up. And then this kid comes in to mess with him again. And I was like, I'm not going to get on to you for defending yourself.
Absolutely.
Whenever everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah, you can only be kind for so long.
The nicest person has
Like
a
if it
breaking
gets
point.
on layer after layer after layer,
Yeah.
and you're gonna break for a second.
Yeah, and I think you should defend yourself.
And
in
people are always like,
situations.
especially when I do it, like, my content is very nice, and and so when I do it, they're like, "This is not who you are." I'm like, "Baby, you don't know
Yeah.
that I will pop off real quickly."
Exactly.
I don't show that on the internet. 'Cause
I
that's
get
not
that
who I
too.
want to be. But I will quit. Don't come twisted at me.
Yeah.
This isn't very positive of you. I will positively put you in your place.
But I love when you do it. It's like it's nice because like we're gonna get this eye on us either way, hatred either way. But sometimes you just it feels right, the right time.
Yeah. We're going to use you for the example.
I like to educate people real quickly.
And it's hard because like we get the judgment of like how we are as mothers, obviously, and how we are as mothers today. Do you get the like, I'd be so embarrassed if my mom was online doing this?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are your kids embarrassed?
I don't, my son's a pastor.
So he doesn't show your TikToks on Sunday morning during service.
He doesn't know.
I'm the example of what not to do.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it sounds
No,
like you
bless
raised
it. Yeah, no, my son's a pastor. Yeah, he gets on my TikToks. Like we were all together on during the summer, and they wanted to sit down with my kids, so I went live, and all my kids were there. And one daughter goes, one of the followers said, "What do you think about your mom being TikTok famous?" My daughter goes, and I quote, "She's famous."
It's interesting to hear at that age because like Paige's kids think that
Oh
she's
my
the
God.
most famous person because they're in high school,
Literally.
like high
Literally,
school.
do you want to know what Vance asked me for Christmas?
What?
To be on the podcast.
Yeah.
He literally just wants his own episode of the podcast of him talking.
You
and I
have
was
to
like,
do
I
it,
know.
I even offered him, I said, well, why don't we set you up your own spot? Because there's cool spots everywhere. I was like, I'll let you have your own podcast if you want one. Like, if like you could talk about stuff on your own. And he was like, no, it's not as cool. Yours is famous. I was like, what?
Like they're at that age where they think it's so cool, and people walk up to us and be like, "Oh my god, I know you."
love
They
that.
cheer from the stands whenever I come in. There's positively
Hey,
Paige.
not positively Paige. I love it.
And you know who's the biggest instigator?
Huh.
Mark. Uh-huh.
He even walks up to me like,
Mark.
"Oh, there's them
That
Hoffers,"
is
and I'm like,
Roland. That is Roland. Because you want
God.
want me to take a picture for y'all? I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
They didn't
Chris
ask
is the
for
best.
A picture. They
Yeah.
didn't ask for a picture.
"Yeah." My husband's gonna be
Get him
tonight. He's
pictures.
gonna be like, "Let me get pictures of all of you guys together."
Somebody one time was like, why would you even ask them if they want a picture with you? Because I've been in situations before where I like met somebody that I really, really liked and like a creator I liked and I didn't get a picture. And then
Yeah.
afterwards I was like, dang,
Major
I should have
regret.
asked them.
Yeah.
Major
So I
regret,
tried to
yeah.
be like, hey, do you want to take a picture
It's
together?
not an odd thing to look up to your favorite creators. Like I fangirl all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
me
can't wait
too.
to get a picture with you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just exciting to somebody I watch.
Yes,
I wanna be a part of their life.
I fangirl when I met her in
Yes.
Vegas. I was like, I
Yes.
freaking love you.
Yes, it's just exciting.
Okay, back to
We
the
met
topic
way
at hand.
before Vegas.
Oh, we no.
Yes, we did.
Y'all went to a restaurant.
Vegas was the last time I've seen
Yes.
you.
No, friend, we did. I
did.
drove to Dallas to look for dresses, and we made that viral video in
Yes.
Lux Cafe.
We had too many margaritas.
But it
I cannot
popped
tell
off.
y'all
I can
how
see
many
that.
times we recorded this video and we were drinking the drink during the video. So the drink just gets less and less and less as we record.
By the time we finish, it's ice.
Yeah, we were
I
having
literally
a good
remember
time.
the video. It was like, you're from Houston, you're from Dallas.
Yes.
It was like spot on,
Yes.
like your personalities.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so good, Paige. It was so good. Okay, so baby girl.
Yes.
She when I do brand deals, she'll do some editing for me, and she's
Nice.
like, Mom, I need 10%.
That's an editing fee.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, baby girl, just do it, because on my own videos, on just regular videos, I do all that.
Yeah.
But if it's a brand deal, she'll get it real nice, and
Alexa, stop.
and she's like,
That's
yeah,
her big
yeah,
video.
Yeah. So baby girl's obsessed with me. She's like, Mom, I'm obsessed with you. I
Aw,
love
that's
it.
so
And her
sweet.
friends are all, they'll come on my lives. Very sweet. The next girl up, she lives in Minneapolis. My oldest. Her daughter's about to turn 13.
Oh, wow.
So she's like, you cannot watch your Gigi on TikTok.
Oh my God, she's getting to that age. Yep.
Oh,
That's it. But my granddaughter's very proud that her Gigi is TikTok
Yes.
famous.
Right.
So cool.
So I'm trying to tell you everything about the kids, about what they think.
Yeah.
So my husband's like, baby, you're going to have to I'm not changing.
You couldn't if you tried. I'm sorry, sister.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to try if you
would
try.
That would not, then my page
No.
would not be transparent. My page would not be authentic. It would not be true to who I am. There's going to be a time when I lay down social media and I'll pick up the grandkids, but they're far away right now. It's not right now.
That's right.
Next girl up, I told you she's famous, and then my son's a pastor, and he answered all questions. This is my mom who raised me, and people in his platoon. He's a chaplain in the Army. And can we do a TikTok with your mom when she comes, But he's like, my mom loves the Lord, but she's crazy. And
Amen.
that's true. Not
You can do both.
certifiable, but batshit.
You can be both.
you can be both.
I don't like it.
100%.
Yeah.
So I feel very confident in yourself.
Let me fix your lipstick. I can't have you out here looking. There you go.
You got it? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I'll go there. So excuse me. I feel like you're very confident when I watch your videos. Like your style is you, your personality is you. Have you always felt that way?
It's a front. I am confident in the way that God made me, and
Yeah.
He made me to be who I am, and I am true to myself, and I'm confident in that, right? But I just don't care what people think.
At
Have
what
you always?
age
Yeah, I was
did
gonna
you
say. Have you
feel
always
that
felt
way?
that way? Yeah, exactly.
I feel like all my life, I was just talking somebody through a breakup yesterday of 3 years, and I just don't remember giving. Ever. Like, if you don't want to be with me, honey, bye, so I can get on to the next. I just don't remember ever.
Feeling insecure and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you are very, very secure with who you are. Because even I would say, not that I think that you're old, but people would look at you and be like, you don't dress for your age because you dress trendy,
Yeah.
stylish.
Yes.
But I love fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't, you're not going to put me in a rocking chair and tell me I need to be crocheting a blanket for my grandkids. Because
Loafers.
when I tell you I'm 53, but I feel 35, do you know those people? This is how I'm going to explain it. You know those people who say, I'm just an old soul.
Yeah.
I'm just a young soul.
Yeah.
That's how I would explain it. I feel 35. Like I want to go party right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Forever
turn up with
young.
Love
mimosas,
it.
you know.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah. But you know why I got pregnant at such a young age?
How old were you?
19. That I started my family, right? Met my husband at 23, took on kids that weren't mine. I to no fault of anybody's, I just, the way it mapped out, I didn't have that party era.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
That
do.
time where I went to college and blew it
Yeah.
out, and so I'm doing that now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very cool and inspirational because like you're unapologetically you. And I think it's so damn cool because I like watching. I'm like, damn, she's
Thank
so
you.
cool. And like you're my mom's age now that I've heard that. And I think it's so cool because like my mom's in her grandma stage with me because my kids are here local with her.
Yes.
And then I see I'm like, damn, like she's so cool. Like I hope when I'm 53 that I'm vibing like that as well because it's just super cool. Like you don't got to get like,
Thank
you
you,
don't gotta
Cindy.
get any
Loafers.
stereotypes. Yeah, like you're just so fun, and I just love that about you. It's just so cool. It really is cool.
Thank you. But I don't want to be stereotyped.
Yes.
You know, I want to be who I am. And,
Do what you enjoy.
without, yes, and without realizing that's what was happening, the endless messages that I get, the DMs that I get, the comments that I get, that you inspire me to not worry about my age.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And life's too short to worry about that stuff. Like
Absolutely.
you need to live every day to the fullest and don't worry about what people think.
I love it. That's good advice because it's hard for us.
It's
Like
very hard.
being this
Absolutely.
age and posting on social media.
Yeah.
Very judged.
Very judged. We show up every day and people are telling us what we're doing wrong every day. And it's hard to doubt yourself when you're going through motherhood and things like that.
Because you're already beating
Absolutely.
yourself
Yeah,
up.
I'm already emotional about it.
Literally,
Like,
I'm already telling myself
absolutely.
I'm a bad mom. I don't need all, 1.1 million strangers that follow me to be like, yeah, you are.
and it took me a minute to get, secure in my own self. Like now I'm kind of at this point where I don't give a shit either. But I see these moms younger than me getting torn to shreds.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And you want to defend them.
yeah,
Yes,
these
in a
20,
big way.
23-year-old moms who are sharing their lives.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man.
Even non-moms.
Yeah.
Just seeing these kids in general. There's a couple
Oh.
creators that I have seen, and I won't drop names, but that are very popular, but seem to be involved in a lot of drama
Yeah,
constantly. It seems
it's
like people are always
heartbreaking.
attacking
Yeah.
them. I can't imagine had I been online
No.
at that age uploading because frankly, I think from 18 to 26, you do so much discovering and you make so many mistakes.
sure.
And unless you get in a situation like yours where you're forced to grow up to be a parent,
Yeah.
you really just kind of fly by the seat of your
literally,
pants and you just do whatever's in front of you, you know,
that's
and
right.
you make a lot of mistakes, but that's what life's about.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the internet has a real way of defining people by their mistakes.
Yeah.
And basically making it like you can't change, you're never going to be any different than you were from what you did a year ago whenever you hurt these people's feelings type of situation. And then you're, hashtag canceled and
Yeah.
you're done. Do you think that that's a real thing? Do you think being canceled is a real thing?
I got into it with the cat lady on TikTok, and she came for me and set all her kitty litter kids after me. I snapped back like nothing. No, you can't get canceled. Only God can cancel you.
Yeah.
You ain't canceling shit.
Y'all heard it here. You ain't canceling shit.
I know. I don't think you can get canceled.
Yeah.
You can snap back.
I love
Well, and I think also if you do make a mistake that upsets people, it's as simple as owning it,
apologizing.
Absolutely.
being accountable.
Absolutely, Paige. That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's it. But to go back just a couple of thoughts back, the bullying, that's also why I snap sometimes and I correct people, because the bullying that I see done to people who can't, I can take it.
Yeah.
Right? I have tough skin, but there's people who don't.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I use one person to be an
An
example,
example.
because you got to stop this. You could do it to the wrong person, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could be detrimental in a big way. And it's just so hypocritical too, because the people that make those types of comments are the ones that if we jumped on and were hateful, they'd be like, wow, you really represent something terrible. And you're just out here, spewing that for everybody to think it's an example. But they do it and want people to like it.
Yeah.
That they're being mean. They get
It's not
enjoyment
cute.
from it. It's not.
and it's not in.
It's not in. I just don't understand.
It's nothing
it.
I can't understand because I could never.
I could never.
People hurt people.
Yeah.
I
Hurt
don't think that's
people.
true.
You don't.
I think unhealed
Paige?
people hurt people.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I've been hurt and I don't walk around hurting
True.
people.
That's true.
But I think that if you're unhealed and you're angry and you're hurt,
No, you're
then yeah,
that's
you
100%.
might hurt
You're
people because
absolutely
you're
right.
angry.
I love
But if
that.
you've healed yourself, you can be hurt and healed.
You're
That's
absolutely
right.
right.
That's right.
And I don't feel like I need to go around hurting people to make them feel
No,
the same way as me.
That's 100.
You
That's
know?
100.
And the people who try to justify why they're being a certain way,
Double down.
they double down on it. It just it's even worse. Like something's got to be going on for you to like completely bash someone who's done nothing to you. I show up every day and do positive content every day, but someone still finds something about me
Just sharing my
that
life.
they just don't like, and it's just what is
and
it?
they feel the need to tell you.
Yeah.
I would never walk up to somebody. I can't tell you how many times a day I go to the grocery store and somebody has on a shirt and I think that is the ugliest fucking shirt. But I'm not walking up to them and saying that shirt you have on looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why would you? Why?
Right.
No.
You would never walk up to somebody and be like, I hate the way your voice sounds. Okay. Your accent sounds fake, which that just makes me so bananas.
Do you think I want to sound like this?
You have a Houston accent.
Oh, I can't.
You do, for sure. A lot of people in Houston talk like that, a lot. And I feel like I'm more Dallas, for sure. But I was born and raised Texan. And people will say, online, they're like, are you faking that? And it's so much worse when I don't think about it. If I just upload me just talking,
Oh, don't get me around my family.
Yeah.
where you're comfortable. Yeah. Yeah,
And
me too.
if you start like ranting and things, like if you ever get Paige going, you'll just hear it naturally come out.
Yep. I've heard it a few times
Yes,
on her.
but
yeah.
it's not like a fake thing. Like
No, if I was going to fake an accent, I would be British or Australian. I'd be something sexy. You think I'd be country?
Give us a little page.
If I was British, if I was a British woman, hey, mate, listen, the entire continent of Europe is currently angry with me because I put tea bags in the kettle.
inside the kettle.
I'm sorry.
Inside.
I apologize.
No.
They were
Yeah, you put it in your cup
infuriated.
and
They brought
pour
up the
them.
queen. Took it a little too
They
far.
were gonna report you to
Took
the
it a little
queen.
too far, to be fair.
the
Bringing up the queen.
queen.
Bringing up the queen was a little far. But yeah, they were not happy with me. They were like, "Oh, look at this sweet little American." They
That's
really
the kind
played
of
it
hate
black
that I
guys.
would like. Just
I'm not gonna lie to you; it was the best day
Nice,
of my
nice.
life. I had comments
I love
flying in like crazy, and they were so angry, and it was so wonderful. How can I be mad when you're like, "Hey, mate, what are you doing?" And I can't read it in any other dialect than that. Like that, I'm just reading it in your accent. And then I was like, I love that everybody's calling me mate. And somebody, like American, in the comments corrected me. They're like, well, they don't mean like that. They mean like friend. I was like, I know. I watched Love Island UK. I know. They mean I'm their friend. Hello? Did you know they put milk in their tea?
yeah.
That one's hard for me. That's
Paige is
hard.
very passionate.
I've
Yeah.
done it before.
I've had a lot of hate recently from the UK and tea, so it's been on my mind.
We're reaching. I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but we're reaching new areas.
We are.
I would like
right?
to stay there.
We are.
I can't read my comments.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They're like a different language.
Yeah.
You gotta like
That
push
too.
translate.
I'm
And they're
getting
all
cussed
nice
out in
though.
Swedish.
They've been so nice to me though.
I don't know. I can't read them.
You can push translate.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah, and you can like translate. They're always kind most of the time. But
Most of them. I like it because then when you start interacting with them, then your FYP becomes people from other countries.
I
And
love that.
love
I know.
the
Their trends
Maori
are cool.
trend where
Their
they
trends
were
are cool.
dancing. Oh my God. They just have, they have so much more culture than we do, I feel
Yeah,
like. These other countries really genuinely have culture that, I mean, apple pie. The bald eagle. What do we have? Like, what is our culture ultimately? It's really, Toby Keith. Like, what do we list?
We're
out?
very vanilla on this scale.
We're so vanilla. So it's just like, man, like we don't have traditions the way that they do. Like they have like Christmas cookies and different things that and I like seeing it. I like taking in
it's really cool.
everybody's experiences. I'd love to have a British mom on to talk about the
yes.
differences in what our countries may be offering. Because one thing I've noticed is that they'll be like, wait, you have to go back already for like maternity leave and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a human. It's Jay. And that's just crazy. Some of them will get a year. A year. In the U.S., it is kind of extreme if you get 12 weeks.
Yeah.
The typical, I believe, is 6 to 8.
Yeah. If you get that.
That's not a lot of time. I can remember whenever I was, going back to work, because I wasn't planning to be a stay-at-home mom. It wasn't my initial thought to be. I was going to go back to work.
Boston?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I had him, we stayed in the hospital for an extra week. He was jaundiced, so that added to a lot of the anxiety. But then I can remember those first few weeks, like just going home, like me in my diaper.
Oh,
just
gosh.
like in my diaper and my pajamas, like
Yes.
barely waking up. Like I was just like barely even alive enough
I
to
know.
feed him and to
Yeah.
keep him alive. I was like, how am I going to wake up at 6 o'clock and pack him a bag and get him ready to go somewhere and get him fed and
It's
get myself ready
Almost
and do
impossible
all
to
those
get an
things.
infant up and put them on a schedule.
Oh,
They
no.
set the schedule.
And you had
do.
toddlers and an infant at the time.
Yes.
And two of the same
Yes.
age, right?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think that you're glad you mothered in the era that you did, or
I was
do you think
gonna
it's
ask
easier
that.
to be now?
was gonna ask
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. I would not have done it the other way.
Really?
I love the way that it happened. I had all the energy in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still young enough, and I now
You
still
are.
have energy.
Yeah.
Would you have shared on the internet if times were like they are now? So like how we show up every morning with our, our motherhood.
Absolutely.
Would you wanted
Oh,
to share?
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have shown them the whole shit show.
Because you're
Uh-huh.
obviously not a mom creator. Like you don't
Right.
share mom life. You
Right.
just share
No.
your life.
Yeah.
Right.
But you are a mom. It's
Yeah.
part of who you
Yes.
are.
it is.
Yes.
That's what we're excited to see this part of you on
Yeah.
here. Because I'm like, dang, she's so fucking cool. Like, what kind of
Yeah.
mom was she?
Our whole identity right now feels like motherhood,
Motherhood.
And
and
that's-
being a wife. And
Yeah.
when we look at you,
Yes.
you are yourself.
Yeah.
And those are pieces of you.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see somebody on that side.
Mm-hmm.
That's so neat to hear that. Cindy, you just said,
It's a forever kind of thing.
the mom.
What did you just say?
I forgot.
None of us
Oh,
remember.
okay, it came back to me. It usually does. I get those comments. Oh, I wish you were my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but who I am, who y'all see now, is not how I parented. I was not that person as a mom. I mean, I was strict with my children,
Yeah.
and I did my job as a mom, and I raised them, and I wasn't. I mean,
Sorry, push your thing in.
Push it in.
that's what he said.
You got it.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Do you hear in your headphones when it starts doing that feedback humming a little bit?
No,
Okay.
I thought it was internal. But yeah, I am not. I mean, I was a fun mom, and I taught my kids to dance and rhythm when we had parties and da 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 da. But I was a very strict disciplinarian.
Yeah.
I ran a tight ship, and if they put their foot on the carpet when it was past bedtime, get up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, but when people are like, "Oh, will you be my mom?" Yes, I'll be your mom, but you can't move in here.
Yeah.
Because I'm really enjoying this empty nester
Yes.
thing.
Now that your kids are older, do you feel like, do you see your confidence in them?
Yes, baby girl. Yes.
Yeah.
My oldest, who is my birth child, she's very like I was at her age, at a young age, just very hesitant to make a decision in fear of making the wrong one.
Yeah, I
And
can see that.
She's a lot like
She's
me.
cautious.
She's cautious. Baby girl's a lot like me. She wished somebody would. You know?
Ready to jump.
Ready to jump on it.
She got my confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'm pretty confident in my motherhood. And I hoping my children are like that. And I'm starting to see it. My oldest is 7 now, and he's taking like my mannerisms on and things like that. And I'm hoping like
Isn't that neat to see?
it is.
Susie?
It's so interesting to see. But it's also like I hope I'm doing the right thing by doing that, because he is going to be a wild one.
Absolutely, it's the right thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we did ask some questions on our Instagram for you. So we have a few from followers that we're going to ask you. If you guys are not following us on Instagram, please do. We do shout outs over there. We also do question and answers for some of the guests that are coming on our show. We have a lot of upcoming great guests. So go over there, follow us there. We're going to get to Mama's questions.
This one has me
Oh man.
LOLing. This is the most random question I've ever. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Is it just a coincidence that you and Paige look so much alike?
Are y'all hiding something?
Where?
Okay, yeah. What part of us? Because I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong. You are beautiful.
Maybe our badunkadunk.
Maybe. Mine's gotten rounder since
That's
the last
exactly
time you
what
saw
they
it, so I
see.
don't know.
It's fabulous, friend.
That's what they
It's
see, the
fabulous.
badonkadonk.
Yeah, no, I don't think that we look like. I do know though that there are some people. We made a joke on
Oh,
TikTok a few
yes.
years ago that she was my mom because
goodness.
my biological mom was not in the picture. She's not my mom. People have been like, wait, ever since my story came out about my mom and how she treated me, people have been like, wait, TikTok mama did this to you?
Oh my God.
No, she's not my real mom. She just adopted me when I was 27.
That's right.
So maybe because y'all do like similar makeup, maybe.
Maybe. And I always jump in your live and say hello, but
You're both
you
beautiful.
never say like, this is my daughter.
Yeah.
And I
Don't you
love
think
it.
you'd be
You
around
are-
each other
Why?
more?
Because I'm 35 and you're my friend.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly. And I am one of those old souls. So
See?
I am. I get it. As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, that's me. Okay, let's
What
see
would I
here.
be called? I'm just good at this age.
You genuinely are who you like.
Yep.
I don't know that you're an old soul or a young soul in that sense. It's just you're just
Vibing.
Cindy.
I'm just vibing.
Yeah,
At this age.
literally.
That's it.
I am.
I'm certainly an old soul. Like you can
Yeah,
catch
you
me
are.
in bed at 8 p.m.
No, you're gonna catch.
every night.
See,
Well, I want to party all day, but I do want to be in bed at 9.
well, that's the best part of the age I'm at.
Yeah.
Like we don't wait till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock to start partying. I start at noon.
She already started.
Yep, and I'm in bed by 10.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy this? I know you said that your favorite parts of life were the years that you felt like you were in survival mode, but do you enjoy this stage just as much?
Yes, Paige.
It gives us something to look forward
Yes.
to.
It
Yes,
does.
I am loving because I can get those grandbabies and send them home when I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Friend, my husband and I never had the time to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're alone all the
We
time.
always had children. Now we have each other, and we sit in chairs like this, and the TV's over there, and he'll put his hand like this,
Oh.
you know, and I'll
Yeah.
grab it, and
Just the sweet moments that you didn't have because you were constantly
we were wiping
surviving.
it.
You'd be like, we made it through. We made it through.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at. I just spent all day wiping ass.
Literally.
Okay? All of it.
Literally.
And then I have to clean up after the ones that should wipe their own ass. So, yeah, I get it.
Oh my goodness.
What is the best advice that you would give to a first-time parent?
oh my gosh, be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. Give yourself a lot of room for error because it's going to happen. But if you keep trying, just keep trying, it'll get better.
Good.
I love that. We're going to keep pushing forward.
Have to.
Yeah.
How's the wine business going?
Friend.
Look behind her.
Can you bring one of them bottles down so that we can just go
I
ahead?
tell you when, TikTok started?
Look at that. That
Look
is
at that.
her literally on a bottle of wine.
On Cloud
That's-
Wine.
On cloud wine.
That's so crazy, y'all.
You're a
Paige,
wine connoisseur. This makes so much sense to me.
Y'all probably know that from her lives
Y'all
at
know
nighttime that we're
that-
vibing.
Y'all know that Jesus
It's a
turned water
Pinot?
into. This is a blend.
Oh, it's a
red blend.
blend.
It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a raw, and a Merlot. It is so smooth, honey.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we need to try it.
honey. Yes.
Oh, my
Let's
goodness.
pop them bottles.
Are we just taking a drink?
Like she says on her live, this is
Yes.
for the grown.
This
I
for
always
the
watch your
grown
lives.
folks.
Yes.
This for the grown folks. But y'all, can I tell y'all in 2020
Uh-huh.
when this when social media started, I never thought that this would happen. That's
Amazing.
crazy.
Amazing.
Friend.
Smells very nice. Do we have cups? Are we drinking it from the bottle?
Do it from the bottle, baby. Baby, I'm from Texas.
Oh, that's nice. That is wonderful. It's light. It doesn't have like a, you know how some red wine has a, like a bite.
It'll get you back
Yes,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's smooth.
it's
I'll just clarify
smooth.
that Mark brought Paige here, and Daddy Jay drove me here.
Yep.
So I'm taking
and
a
I
sip.
have a driver
And
as
her
well.
husband is
Legal.
here. Okay, everybody?
Everybody, we're doing good.
I'll take a glass right
Yeah,
now.
that's.
Oh, it's delicious.
Do you
It's
drink
delicious.
red wine?
I've started to.
Okay.
Now that I'm in my
okay.
30s.
Well, you know,
It does come with age, doesn't it?
and it's best for your heart. Red wine.
Yeah, red wine.
delicious.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
divine.
You know,
Beautiful.
I don't have to, but Jesus turned water into wine.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
You're doing your due
On
diligence.
Cloud Wine, where can they find this?
I'm telling you, where can they find it?
The link is in my beacons.
Okay.
Go to TikTok Mama Seven's page, please.
That's right. Go into my beacons. It's the top link. I partnered with a winery in Washington State,
I love it.
Knocking Points, and we curated this wine together. And
Very cool. Very
Yeah,
proud of you.
thank you,
That's
friend.
amazing.
That's gonna be so
you.
excited.
Very
Did you
proud of
ever
you.
think
no,
at 53
Paige.
you would release a red wine blend
No.
with your face on it?
No, my kids are like, my daughter, she was the first one to purchase. She's like, I want to be the first one. Tell me the minute.
Of
and
course.
so, yeah, they're like, it's ready, Tricia. And so I told my daughter, she's like, I'm the first one. She bought the first 2 bottles.
Oh,
I'm like,
I love that.
That's
and
special.
then my son's like, Mama, I have 4 kids. Help me, I'm poor. Can you ship me? So
That's the place I'm in right now.
Please help me.
Help me. Diapers are so expensive.
oh my gosh, And is Boston out yet?
Oh yes, thank
Okay.
thank the heavens above. He was
Yes.
potty trained by 3. It's been a good year, but as soon as I got him capable of doing his thing in the big boy potty, I turned around and had another one. So,
Well, friend, it's the best thing you can do in the world.
frankly, it's the best time of my life right now
it
ever.
is.
Even though it's probably the hardest mentally too. I'm in a darker place mentally because I am just so aware of so much danger and fear that I have. At the same exact time, I've never felt so in love
It's amazing.
and so
It's
full.
amazing.
And that feeling is just
But
so filling.
can I encourage you? The enemy wants to rob you of that. Friend, he doesn't want you to enjoy this time. That fear is from him. Don't let him. Don't let him. Because those babies need a good, sound mother.
They do. They deserve one. I know that.
You listen to that one.
It's hard.
I know,
It's
friend.
so hard. It's also hard to admit whenever it's getting darker out of your control. Because I can say it's dark and my husband understands it, but a couple days ago, he found me like crying and just like uncontrollably crying and
You're
was
gonna
like,
make me cry.
"Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't feel like I'm meant to be their mom, and I feel like they would be better without me." And he was like, "You are the best mom. Like, you take care of everything. You anticipate their needs. You're there for them. Like, why do you feel that way?" And I don't know.
You don't.
I don't know why I feel that way.
Do you
Because
think it
I
has
know
any-
I show up. I don't leave them in dirty diapers. I don't
doing
put them to
everything.
bed without food.
Yeah.
I know that I'm showing up and being a good mom. So why does it feel every day like I'm underwater?
You feel undeserving of it?
In a lot of ways, yeah, maybe potentially.
I wonder if is it tied to maybe your
I think it all is.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think it all is.
We've always circled it back to
Yeah.
that. Her childhood trauma has.
It's unfortunate that it does control that. And there are people who will be like, "You're a 31-year-old woman. Like, let it go. Get over it." Like, I would fucking love
What's
to.
their name?
Right. I would love to. I would love to get over it. I would love to drop it. It would be everything to me if I could.
It's not that easy.
But it's not that easy. And then I'll find myself doing things and not even consciously being aware that I'm doing them because I have so much pain behind it.
Friend, I am so very proud that you're able, though, to verbalize that to Mark, because that's huge. That's huge, admitting that, right?
I'm afraid if I didn't, I wouldn't.
Where it would go.
I'm scared of where it would go because you can really genuinely be your own your own enemy
Yeah.
in that sense. And somebody's getting arrested. Do y'all hear that in the background?
We're in Texas.
Sweet Jesus. I can talk myself into believing that I'm a bad mom.
Yeah.
And
Those intrusive thoughts.
it consumes me sometimes. And so I do my very best to make sure I'm saying it out loud to somebody, because if I don't, I've been in a place before where I didn't. And as a courtesy to our listeners, I want you to know that I'm about to say something that's incredibly triggering to some people. So it is going to include a topic of self-harm. If you don't want to listen further, now would be your time to exit. There was a time in my life where I was so certain that I was not lovable that I attempted to no longer be here, and was almost successful, and had to be taken to a hospital and had to be taken into care for it. And for a long time after that, I can remember the only thing that upset me about it was thinking about how my sister would have reacted. It really wasn't about me, and I really didn't care that I didn't care where I was mentally in it. I didn't really care about myself at all. But the only thing that bothered me whenever I, got better was, gosh, how would my little sister have dealt with it? So for years, I felt like I was forcing myself to be here for her. And thank God I did, because then I did eventually come out of it. But there was a period before I was even a mom. I wasn't even a mom in this time, that I genuinely let someone talk me into thinking that I was not worthy of love. And I already had all of that trauma from my childhood tied into it. And then I got into my first very serious relationship. It turned to a marriage. And when that failed, there was a lot of infidelity there. And I think it was like the 7th time I finally said, okay, enough is enough.
Wow.
And today, and who I am today, I mean, you even think about it and I'm done. I would never sit around and allow somebody to treat me like that now. But then that version of me was so broken and was so certain that she was never going to be worthy of love that I didn't care anymore. I just didn't care. And so I worry now as a mom when my thoughts get dark. I know I have so much responsibility as a mother, so many people who rely on me. I worry that if I don't say it out loud to someone, that I'll let myself sink back in there.
Sure.
And I don't want to. Nobody wants to feel this way.
Friend, can I tell you, I'm proud of you, because you're going to break a generational curse that's not going to go on to your children.
Yep.
By facing it and beating it, right?
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
The last 4 generations of mothers on my side have abandoned their kids.
That's what I'm saying, though. You're going to break this generational curse.
The universe is making sure that it is a hard one to break.
So I am very close with Paige, and I know these last months have been very hard on her. I could start to cry because she has confided in me with these thoughts and things like that, and it's very hard to see somebody going through that. Whereas, I'm here in my motherhood and I'm confident and I feel this way and I have this support system. And it's not that she doesn't, but her mind isn't the same as mine.
That's right.
And it's hard to explain things to her. And even for her to voice it to me, I was so proud of her, but it's such a scary thing for her to tell me, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. But like you said, I'm very proud too, because she's told me, she has told her husband, she's now told you, she's told you guys.
That tells me she's beating it.
That right now she's not okay, but she's going to be okay.
That's right. That's right.
And now we're listening, and that's all it's going to take. She'll be okay. She'll get through it.
Absolutely.
Obviously, this is such a random tangent for us to go on.
I know.
But more than anything,
we
it's
felt
just
comfortable with you. That's what it was. She needed to do it because
it's for y'all that are feeling the same way as me. Please say it out loud to somebody that you love.
Yeah.
Please say it out loud to somebody that you love that isn't going to judge you, because even when it gets really dark, I still know in the back of my mind that this is the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to not let that darkness consume the light that I have within me too.
That's right. I always tell her
That's
that.
right, friend.
Don't let that light dim.
That's right.
Too much of it.
So
That's
hard.
right.
Oh.
It's so hard being a human.
Well,
Isn't it fun?
Yes, adulting in general and parenting is hard. We're so hard on
we
ourselves
are.
and critical of ourselves, and then the internet's critical of you, and like you said, we're our own worst enemy sometimes. But you have a lot of people around you that love you.
That's right.
And
That is right.
you saying it, that's huge. You're going to break this. It's not going on to your babies.
Yeah, I'm not going to allow it to.
That's right.
If
That's right.
it's the last thing I do.
That's right.
I'm not going to
man.
allow my
They're
kids
not
to
gonna
feel
battle
like this.
They're not going to battle
they're
this.
No, that's my hope, is that with everything that I have gone through, is ultimately, if I leave one legend behind, it's that I changed things for my kids.
Yeah.
They didn't have to struggle. They didn't sleep in cars. They didn't do things that I wouldn't want them to do. I mean, I've put myself in positions out of survival that I pray my kids never see.
Yeah.
So, it's just, I will make sure that that's not the life they live.
And you will. You will.
If you're going through that right now yourself as a mama and you're fighting it, I freaking see you.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard as hell. It's hard to be a mom and have had a perfect life growing up and have had, love poured
That's
into you
right.
from your parents, and let alone to not. I mean, there is no way you can spin motherhood that makes it easy.
Nope.
I don't think
Nope.
there's a single mom out there that's like, this is the easiest thing I've ever done. I don't think there's a single parent that says it's the easiest
And
thing
if
they've
they
ever
are,
done.
they must have a real support system behind them.
No kidding.
Because doing it alone, no.
Oh man, my
must
best
gotta
friend's a
have-
single mom, and I don't know how the hell
Yes.
she does it.
Oh
Yes.
man, parenting is just such a selfless time. You know, you have to you're pouring into your children. They're literal leeches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that just suck
Yes.
the life out of you. But it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yes.
It's like I enjoy that you're sucking every last ounce of my energy out of me. I wouldn't want anybody else to do it.
Oh,
So this turned real deep on yours. I'm so sorry. Do we have one more question for her to finish
Yes.
this out? That can spin it back. Thank you for sharing, Paige. Like, please
That
be
was so
aware of what your
good.
friends are going through. You got to
Yes.
read between the lines. Sometimes it's really important. So, thank you for sharing, Paige.
yes.
This one's funny. How does
Okay.
it feel to be the coolest person in Texas?
Literally.
What?
Yeah.
Did you write that, Paige?
I
No.
didn't. I didn't. Look, this is from somebody else.
The coolest
It's not
person
me.
in Texas. The coolest
So
person
cool.
in
That's, I don't
Texas.
feel that I am, but that's a huge compliment.
You represent Texas really well.
I love my state. I love my state. I am Texas.
You're H-Town all the way.
I am.
You are H-Town all the way.
I am. I'm super excited. I was just invited by Paul Wall and Bumby.
Woo.
I'm going to the Texans game, and they're sweet.
Oh my God.
Let me find out.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I don't know where it went. I mean, it went there. I'm sorry. I don't know why. But just
Natural
I
conversation.
mean, I am a cool person. Which is
She
why
is.
they want me in.
Can
She is
confirm.
cool.
Can confirm.
Yes.
But I do love my state. I love Texas. I love Dallas. I love Austin. I love Houston.
I love it.
Astros and Rangers are in
I
the.
know.
Yes.
Honey, once
I know.
Texas team's gonna win, honey.
Texas is going all the way this
Go
year. I'm
Stros.
telling you. The Lastros. It's Rangers over here. We're from
Rangers.
Okay. I'll be happy with either.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
It's
will too.
Texas.
At that point, you really are
Yeah.
happy
Oh, yeah,
either way.
absolutely.
Texas made it.
Isn't it
It's
crazy?
exciting.
Some states don't even have a team.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have two
that's-
of each.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I wouldn't want to grow up in a state that wasn't like real big on sports. It brings in just so much like camaraderie.
It's
and
so fun every time.
It's so
It's
much
so fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Girl, even in high school at the games, I didn't
Getting
pay
rowdy?
attention. I was cheering. I can't tell you how football works.
Oh, I could.
But I
Oh,
like
we
to
was
go
cheering.
to all the
Me
football
too.
games and the parties, and I'm socializing. They're like, "Oh, touchdown!" I'm like, "Ah!"
Well, I'm so glad you came, and thank you for being a great, like, positive part of the internet. Like, I watch your videos. You're so uplifting. Your lives are hilarious. Like, your vibe is just really great, and I'm glad you're in this same environment that we're in, and it's just really fun to watch you.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you both having me. Paige, you already know how I feel about you.
I know.
man.
My
I
girl
adore
forever,
you.
forever,
adore you.
ever. She holds my sweaty hand. She's
That's
so
right.
ice cold and wonderful, and I'm
Sweating.
sweating up in here. Thank you again for coming and doing this very special
So great
episode
to
with
meet
us.
you.
We love you, and we
Yes.
thank you for spending your time with us. This has been so much fun, you guys, and we're excited to see you again next week.
Yes.
Check
Make sure you
us
guys
out.
subscribe to our YouTube.
Please.
We're on Spotify, Apple Music. Subscribe to all of the things on Instagram. Make
So you
sure
don't
subscribe
miss
to
anything.
TikTok Mama7
Please, and thank you.
Yes, sir.
Keep the giggles going,
and the love flowing.
and as usual, Mom knows best.
Or at least she's trying her best.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you again for being here.